Hey everyone. So I tried to upload a video earlier, and for whatever reason it wasn't working. So I'm trying to re-record and upload again. And I'm doing it because I think it's an important video. Basically, one of my stocks went down, and I got out of it real quick. And I want to show you guys, how you get out of a stock that's falling without losing too much money because you want to minimize your loss. Um, Basically, what happened, if I go to the history, this MUK, I bought it at $3.98 for 100 shares. And when you look at the chart, it was like I bought it a little high. Was it MUX? Yeah, I bought it a little high. I want to say I bought it right about here, and then it only went up a little bit. Now I could have sold, but then it would have been a day trade, and you can only get 3 day trades in a week, so you kind of want to be careful with that. But the stock went down here, and then it kind of went up and it came down, and then it broke down. So I wish I would have bought it like around here. I don't remember what I originally had it set up for, but the market kind of popped a little bit and it kept going up, so I just raised my market buy-in. But I feel like this 1 week chart, you can see what I'm talking about. It just completely broke down over here. So what I did is I put in a stop loss order to sell at 393. So right here. So thankfully that saved me from all this downward loss that happened. And you can see in my history, right here, a stop loss sell at $3.93. So I lost like in total $5, which I mean like that's not a big deal, but I mean it could have been a lot worse. I could have fell down to that 379 and had less money. And I just wanted to kind of highlight why it's important to use like market orders, especially if you're like me and you're like a swing trader. You kind of trade day to day. You don't trade several times in one day. So you're not always watching your phone, and you can't afford the time to just be on it constantly. So I'm pretty much gonna show you on. I have 2 more stocks in play right now, so I'm gonna show you on NAK right here. So this chart's still going kind of flat. It's consolidating across here. So I'm hoping there's going to be a pop and I could sell it. But I bought it at 255 and it's 250. So I'm already down a few cents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell. I'm going to have a market sell order around this dip at about 243, we'll say. It's about 245, 244. I don't want to put it at the exact dip price because it might test that line and then bounce off of it and go up. And if it tests that line and I put my market sell order right there, then I sell off and then I miss the pop. I miss it going up. But what I want to do is I want to protect myself from it going back down to this level over here like it did on that other stock. So if you go down to your stop losses, I have an active stop loss. I'm just going to cancel it and redo it and show you guys kind of what I did. So basically, I have the stock, 100 shares at 255. So I'm going to hit sell. And then in the upper right, I'm going to hit order types. And you have your 4 order types: market limit, stop loss, stop limit. I use stop loss because once it hits that price, it'll sell at the next available market price. If you use a limit, it'll sometimes if there's a sharp spike going up or down, it might shoot right past your limit order. And it might be lower than what you want to sell it at, and then the next day you have to come in and actually adjust your sell order to sell it at an even lower price. So I'd rather do a stop loss and be close to my price that I want versus it missing my price point completely, and then I have to take an even lower bid and lose a little bit more money. So I was gonna go with stop loss, and I'm gonna put 243. So it's got to drop 7 cents for this to sell. So of course, if it goes up past that 255 and it makes me some money, I'm going to sell it that way too. And that's hopefully anyway. And then I always put never expires because I do day-to-day trading, so I just want to leave this open until I decide to cancel it. And I'm just going to do for the same 100 shares. So that's good to go now. So why I use market orders like this, like I said, it's part of my strategy to kind of be passive when I do this, because like I said, I'm not sitting in front of a computer screen the entire time the market's open, you know. Like, I'm out doing my normal day job, and I just trade passively on my phone. So setting up losses or stop losses, limit orders, market orders, and all that, and doing it passively, that way everything's kind of happening behind the scenes while I'm out there working, and my app's making money for me. Just like when I first bought in the stock at that 398, like, I just set up a limit order for that, saying that was the maximum I was going to pay for it, and it took at that point. Now, as you saw though, it didn't go very high, and it dropped down later. But by doing a stop loss as right after I bought it in, because I got like an alert on my phone that I bought it, I set up that stop loss to protect myself, and sure enough, like, I saved myself, you know, like, I don't know, like a 10-cent drop or whatever. So that helped me out tremendously on that. But just keep in mind, using these kinds of strategies like this, it's a very passive way of doing it, but it's a smart way of doing it, because you're sticking to a particular strategy and a specific price point. Once you start getting like emotional, and you're like, oh, the stock's running up, I wanna buy it at a higher price, or the stock's starting to go down, and you get nervous and you want to just get out before it gets too bad, you're kind of limiting your opportunity to gain in that. Because if it's gonna go up and you want to go wait for it to go higher and higher and higher, and you think it's going to be like this perfect trade, you know, then eventually it reverses on you and you lose money. You know, you got to take that profit, even if it's a single, you know, like 1 to 9%, you know, that's still a profit. And you're not trading, or you're not paying fees with Robinhood, so you get 100% of the money. But if it's going down, you know, you want to cut out as soon as possible. And I do like a 110 ratio, or 1 to 2 ratio, where pretty much wherever my price point is, like, let's say it's like 250 right here, I'll have my like stop loss at like maybe like 5 cents, or I mean 245, and then I'll sell if it goes up like at 260. So I have a 5% threshold for going down, and then a 10%, I mean a 5-cent threshold for going down, and a 10-cent threshold for going up. So like my losses, I want to minimize those as much as possible. I'm not going to tolerate a large loss. You know, I don't want to lose a lot of money. But if I have a chance to let my stock run a little bit and it's up, you know, I'm going to give it that chance. But at that same time, keep in mind, once it gets to a certain point, I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to profit, you know, take my money and move on. I'm already looking at other stocks. You know, I'm already looking to buy the next one, you know. So I'll try to keep that in mind, you guys. And like I said, I wanted to show you this, like a good example. Like, not everyone makes money, you know. Sometimes you lose money. Clearly, like, I lost a little bit of money here, but I'm not sweating it, because tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and do the same thing. You know, I'm going to start trading again, and I'll probably gain on something. Or I might lose each day this week, and that's fine. I just had a bad week. Then I'll go into next week and just keep at it. You know, I'm never going to stop doing this. I'm always going to keep doing it and growing my money up, and trying to get the most at the end of the year, like what's like my highest gain, you know. So I just want to show you guys that. Just like I said, keep in mind, you know, not every trade's a win. You know, you got to keep that in mind. Don't get emotional when you do this. But if there's anything you feel like I missed on this video, or you want to like make a comment or something, put it like down in the comment section. Let me know. I've been getting to your guys' questions a little bit more and more, so I'm trying to do the best I can to like keep up. You guys are asking me for certain videos, so I'm trying to put those out as best as I can, and give you guys as much information as I can, so you guys understand what I'm talking about. But if this video was helpful for you, man, just like click like and subscribe. Let me know, man. I'll keep this thing going for you guys. All right. So have a good night.